Hello and welcome to Horologique. Today we are in Place Vendôme at the epicenter of French watchmaking luxury, where you will find big names like Rolex, Patek Philippe, Breguet, among others. And we are going to see if I can get in one of those exclusive boutiques wearing a $20 Casio. And if I do get in, how will I be treated? Many of you asked these questions in the comments. Let's see how it happens in real life. Let's go right away to find out. So first we're gonna try to go into Breguet. It should be okay. Let's see what happens. As you might know, Breguet is not a healthy brand right now. That does not mean that it is not a prestigious brand anymore.
Bonjour madame.
Merci.
Comment je peux vous aider?
Bon, on voulait faire un petit tour et regarder.
Bien, nous avons une exposition autour de 250 ans de la maison. C'est une exposition qui va durer jusqu'au fin décembre. Ça retrace toute une histoire de Breguet et donc bien sûr vous êtes les bienvenus pour surtout manipuler. Ce sont des écrans, d'accord?
Très bien.
So inside I found extremely haute horlogerie timepieces which were breathtakingly nice. And I was of course even invited to try them on. I couldn't film inside, I'm sorry, although I have some stolen footage here and there, but I was treated fairly nicely, shown their beautiful watches, and invited to look into their exposition, celebrating their 250 years of history. Really nice, and if you enjoy horology and are in Paris, I truly advise you to go in there. Okay, and now we're going into the big leagues and we are going to try to go to Patek Philippe wearing a $20 Casio, so going into a store that sells $50,000 and $100,000 watches with a $20 watch. Let's see what happens. Patek Philippe was where I was the most afraid that I would even not be let in, but that ended up to be totally unfounded. It is the only boutique where you have kind of a reception thing where there's a really knowledgeable and helpful hostess to receive you, to welcome you, and if there's no seller available or if you do not have an appointment like was my case, to chat a bit with you and to welcome you to visit their beautiful boutique.
Il y a une histoire comme quoi Sylvester Stallone a vendu la sienne de Patek, on lui en vendra plus. Un truc comme ça. Ah ouais.
Of course, as you can expect, the boutique was beautiful. There was mahogany all over. You could really feel that this was a high luxury boutique. If I were to compare with Breguet, Breguet was very much oriented to the timepieces. Patek Philippe was very much oriented towards the experience. Everything was luxurious, everything was nice. So I was invited to look around, and the people were even apologetic that as I had no appointment, there was no salesperson to discuss with me.
Ah, vous voulez les essayer?
C'est possible ou pas?
C'est possible, il faut juste que je vois si un conseiller est disponible ou pas.
Ok.
But in the end, they managed to snug me in, and I could discuss with a salesperson who had been a Patek Philippe watchmaker before, and that was really a nice experience. The person was extremely helpful, extremely nice, and neither him nor the lady nor anybody in the boutique were snobbish in the least, which was my fear. I pointed out to the fact that I was wearing a $20 watch, and the guy just laughed and he said that it was okay, everybody has to start somewhere. So I could even try extremely nice timepieces, like the stainless steel and even the white gold Aquanaut. And then the salesperson told me that these kind of watches were only for people who had a big history with Patek Philippe, so you cannot just go and try and buy one of these even if you've got the money, and you cannot even get in a watch list for these. They're just for people who have built history with them. But even by saying these quite pretentious statement, he wasn't pretentious at all, he was just stating a fact, sadly. But there you go! I was even offered high quality coffee, and even the little sugars that they had were decorated with the Patek Philippe insignia, and that was extremely classy. once again, in this Patek Philippe boutique, everything is about the experience. And even though you're buying or not, you're being offering the best experience there. Okay, so that was actually quite amazing. I was really well received. There was a hostess which was very knowledgeable. They showed us everything. It was quite amazing. And the people were extremely friendly, something that I wasn't really expecting at all. I was served coffee, everything. It was quite amazing. And I even got a little bag with a little catalog on it. So really, guys, if you are close to a Patek Philippe dealership, go ahead, get in. At least here in Paris, they're actually quite amazing. Okay, and now the big leagues. We are going into Rolex. Will they let us in? I know that this Rolex is especially picky, so I am going to see this is the ultimate test. Let's go. I wish I could say the experience was the best at the Rolex boutique. It wasn't at all. The salesperson had pretty much nothing to sell, as he told me, and he was a bit haggard by, I believe, the fact that he had actually nothing to sell. Of course, I know I'm not his clientele, and he could tell that right away, of course. I was let in, and that was my first victory, but then inside the boutique it was pretty much as though I didn't exist. I really wanted to try the land dweller, but he told me that he wasn't allowed to take it out for me to try it on. It was just there on display, as though it was the Holy Grail or something.
Land dweller, on l'a, mais uniquement, on ne peut pas les essayer.
Ouais, en expo. Ah, on peut pas les voir.
Alors, on pouvait les voir, mais pas les essayer, malheureusement, parce que c'est les seules pièces qu'on a. Je sais pas combien de temps on va les garder.
But I did manage to try something. I managed to try the Sky Dweller, which is, according to me, one of their nicest watches. And you could see that this person was really worried that I was manipulating the watch a bit. Ah d'accord, donc là c'est la date. Je sais pas ce que c'est.
On évite, hein, mais bon.
Maybe it was reserved for somebody else, quite possibly. But hey, there you go. I was offered no coffee here. I couldn't say that the seller was disdainful. I think that he was only a little bit tired and bummed out that he actually had nothing to sell. And a seller who has nothing to sell means that he's not making pretty much any commissions. So I can understand that he's a bit bummed out. And he told us a very interesting fact that maybe you guys know. There's no waiting list anymore. Now there's wish lists, which means that you'll be counted into the wait list only if somebody drops out from there, which is, come on, we are really into the realm of fantasy here. Rolex really need to pull their shit together. They're not Patek Philippe, they're not Audemars Piguet. And I really think that all of these huge YouTubers who are sucking up to Rolex are making this situation even worse. I think maybe I'll make a video about this situation. Do let me know if you would like to see that, but I do really believe that the YouTube community, especially those very big names in YouTube horology, are contributing to this awful scarcity of what are pieces that are extremely easy and simple to make, that are mass market, and that are in the end nothing that special. In any case, if you've been inside a Rolex boutique, you know that the experience is pretty awful. I mean, the boutique has nothing exceptional going on. They couldn't care less. They don't offer you coffee, of course, at all. They don't offer you anything, at least to the one I went. I had gone to the one in the Champs-Élysées before where I wasn't even let in because I didn't have an appointment. So yeah, if you're expecting a nice treatment by going in one of these boutiques, yeah, I think that you're better off going elsewhere. But that was only my experience in one day. Maybe you've had extremely different experiences. If you have, do let me know in the comments below. Alright, so that was a weird experience. The salesperson was so. He was really, you can say that he was quite bored and that he actually couldn't sell me anything. He was there actually for nothing. I wonder why he was there, and I think he wonders as well. He actually told me that he has absolutely nothing to sell. Everything there is just for show. He said that there's not only wait lists, now there's wish lists. So there you go, that happens when you want a Rolex. Actually forget about it. So Rolex, please do something about it. In any case, the experience was really nice, and what we can say in the end is that you can wear whatever you want to get into a luxury boutique. It's no problem at all. They will let you in, they will be interested in what you have to say, and if you pay attention and you're respectful, everything will be perfectly okay with that. So don't worry about that, just go ahead, show some interest, ask questions, and everything will be okay for you. I hope this was useful for you. If it was, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks again. Please do let me know if you want me to keep on doing these kind of things, the outdoorsy kind of video, and I will do it, of course. I'm eager to read you in the comments. If you enjoy this kind of outdoorsy videos, please do let me know, and I'll be sure to be making some more. I'm gonna be leaving you here with other videos of luxury timepieces that I reviewed, including mine, because yes, at one point I was spending a lot of money on watches before I realized that it was kind of a mood point. Thanks again, and I'll be seeing you really soon. Goodbye.